Blenheim Palace, ancestral home of John George Vanderbilt Henry Spencer-Churchill, 11th Duke of Marlborough. It was here on November the 30th, 1874, that Winston Churchill was born. He's closely related to the Marlborough family. He was the grandson of the 8th Duke and at one time was next in line to succeed to the title. According to the last Duke, he may not have hankered after the title, but he had a strong sense of family and a strong affection for them. He cared for Blenheim and came here often. And this is why the present Duke has mounted a special exhibition to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Churchill's birth. But even though he was born in a palace, the room where the birth took place is surprisingly modest. In the old days, it was the bedroom of the Duke's private chaplain, but now it's been set aside by the present Duke to form part of the exhibition. Strangely enough, although Sir Winston once wrote that being born at Blenheim was one of the very important decisions he ever took, it was a pure accident that it happened here at all.
Well, there are two stories to it. Firstly, Lady Randolph was reputed to be out in the park with a shooting party and had to hurry back, and this was the first room available. And the other story was that there was a ball in the long library, and again she didn't feel at all well and was quickly brought into this room. Then he was born here. The local doctor who lived in what was, I imagine, a small village in those days, was rushed up and the delivery took place. And on the wall behind you, you will see a letter from Lord Randolph that was written from the estate office, enclosing a cheque of £25 for the safe delivery of his son, which is rather sweet.
Sir Winston has often been quoted as saying how much he loved this part of the country and how much he loved Blenheim. How often did he come back here?
Oh, he came back here quite a lot. He, as you rightly say, he did like Blenheim very much and had a very soft spot for it. He once said, I took two important decisions at Blenheim. One, to be born, and secondly, to get married. You may know Sir Winston proposed to Lady Churchill in the grounds of Blenheim, in fact, in the Temple of Diana. And he did come back here frequently, has always been a true and friend of the families, and was very devoted to my mother and also to my grandfather. Now, this is the room where we've got the letters displayed and various family mementos.
This is one of the advantages that you have, isn't it? This is the personal touch that you won't be able to see anywhere else.
I mean, there are letters here, for instance, from the headmaster of Harrow School to Lady Randolph, telling her about a fall that Winston had off his tricycle, and that he'd had slight concussion.
Was he really not very bright at school?
I know he wasn't very bright at school, but I think this applies to a lot of the Churchill family.
Now, in the showcase case here, the piece of shrapnel.
Yes. Now, this is a bit of shrapnel that fell between my grandfather and Winston during the First World War. And Winston Churchill gave this to my grandfather, and it has a very nice inscription on it saying, this is a fragment of a 30-pound shrapnel shell fell between us and might have separated us forever, but is now a token of our union.
The siren suit.
Yeah, yes. That was given to us by Lady Churchill to keep here at Blenheim always, to be able to exhibit it to the British public when they come round. You may know that Sir Winston frequently wore these siren suits. He found them very comfortable and very easy to get in and out of.
You know, I always thought they were black. All the pictures that I've seen of him, they seem to be terribly formal.
I think the black one is probably the one he wore in the evening instead of a dinner jacket.
The Churchill cigars, are they... he had a lot of cigars that were presented to him. Are they special presentation ones?
Well, these are some of the many types of cigars that were specially made for Sir Winston.
That statue of Sir Winston and Lady Churchill, I've not seen that before.
No, this is a new one done by Oscar Nemon. I believe he's going to do a series of 10 of these. Well, there'll be 10 replicas. This is the first one. And I gather that another one is going to go to Chequers and one to Chartwell. I'm not sure where the others will be going. I like it very much, don't you? I think it's a very attractive statue.
Yes. These are some of the manuscripts, are they, in the books?
Yes. We have the original writings for Sir Winston's Life of Lord Randolph Spencer-Churchill. As you see, he did it all in his own handwriting, and these are now bound in these lovely volumes with the family crest on the outside, and they, of course, are in the library.
Sir Winston was, of course, part of the Marlborough family. As we just found out, he was born here. He proposed to his wife here. He came here quite often for relaxation. What sort of a man was he when he wasn't playing, when he wasn't the politician, when he wasn't leading the country, when he wasn't the statesman?
Well, he loved walking in the garden. Of course, he loved his painting, as you well know. He did several pictures here. In the evenings, he liked playing a game of cards. Bezique was his favourite game. Playing Bezique with my mother. They frequently played that card game together.
Did they play for money?
If they did, it was very small. He wasn't a gambler, to my knowledge, at all in that respect.
Your Grace, thank you for showing me around.
Not at all. It's been a pleasure.